When relationships break around change, both people walk away hurting, just in different ways. One is trying to understand why they were left, and the other is trying to live with how they left. And somewhere in between, there's a lot of unspoken pain. In therapy, we don't usually start by asking who was right, who was wrong. We start by asking something simpler. What was each person trying to protect when things began to shift? When change enters a relationship, our mind does something very human. It looks for stability. In psychology, we call this emotional homeostasis. They need to keep things feeling familiar, predictable, and safe. So, when one person changes faster, the other person experiences it as loss. And when that feelings becomes overwhelming, people cope in different ways. Some cling, some pull away. Neither response is evil, they are both attempts to regulate pain. You might notice your mind looping around questions like, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I enough? That's not weakness. That's your mind trying to regain control after sudden emotional uncertainty. One thing that might help here is gently shifting the question to what did I do wrong to asking what changed that was never spoken of. And this is not about excusing anyone. It's about helping your nervous system understand that the ending wasn't proof of your inadequacy but a breakdown in communication around change. Your pain often looks different, less dramatic, more quiet, kind of a background pain that doesn't fully leave. In psychology, we call this cognitive dissonance. The tension that shows up when who you believe you are doesn't fully match with what you did. You can care and still avoid a conversation. You can have your reasons and still cause harm. Coping here doesn't mean defending yourself endlessly. It means to learn to hold true truths at the same time. I had my reasons, and my actions still caused harm. Growth begins when we can stay with both without collapsing into shame. Most people think relationships end when feelings changed, but more often they end because change doesn't get translated into words, into a hard conversation. When change stays unspoken, our brain fill in the gaps. One side feels abandoned, the other side feels trapped or overwhelmed, and neither feels truly understood. There is something that we often miss while talking about change in relationships. We talk about adapting, we talk about communicating, but we rarely talk about the effort it takes to keep something going. Think of a relationship like a rope held by two people at both ends. The rope doesn't stay up because one person holds it tighter. The rope stays up because both people are holding it. If one person lets go, the rope falls. If one person pulls too hard, the other one gets dragged. If both people keep adjusting their grip, strength, and timing, the rope stays up. Relationships don't end because people change. They end because someone stops holding the rope. That's what relationship actually asks for. So when life changes, time, stress, priorities, distance, you understand that holding the rope requires change too. Changing how you communicate, changing how quickly you respond when someone starts to slip, changing to ask for help when your hands get tired. Stability stability isn't about freezing things in a place. It's about being engaged. So what you're holding doesn't drop. Coping isn't about forcing things to stay the same. It's about understanding this. If life is changing and you want a relationship to remain, you have to keep holding it consciously. It doesn't mean that both people agree on the story. It means that both people understand what role they played when things started to slip. You don't keep a relationship by resisting change. You keep it by staying in the pull.